Mohammed Daklala, just 24 years old, is at the very start of an 8-year federal prison sentence for trying to join and help ISIS, a radical Muslim extremist? Hardly. He's as American as you and me, and he got into this mess because he fell in love.
How did this happen?
Where do you want me to start exactly?
His friends know him as Mo, born and raised in Mississippi, Muslim and non-Muslim friends, hit and miss with the ladies, until at Mississippi State University in his senior year, he met and fell head over heels for a former high school cheerleader named Jaylin Young.
Yes, she was beautiful and things like that.
She's American too, and Mississippi all the way. But within months, Mo says Jaylin was changing, converting to Islam, changing her dress. Then began introducing Mo to the online brand of Islam she had been learning about.
This happened so fast.
It did. Maybe you're going a little too fast, you know.
But you were in love.
Yes, yeah.
And
but,
she was coming to you, right?
Yeah, and you know that love can ultimately, you know, blind out your intelligence.
The Federal Bureau of Prisons rarely grants access to convicted felons like Mo. This is an exception. An agreement between the Department of Justice, CNN, and Mohammed Daklala himself. Perhaps for all to understand just how powerful ISIS's online propaganda can be. His girlfriend, Jaylin Young, merely showed Mo the videos. The videos did the rest.
And so when she showed me that video, I think it just kind of like brought a tenseness in her. You know, I felt those same things, I guess, just because she was feeling it.
And that progressed.
Yeah, it progressed to the point that my mind wasn't thinking straight.
Mo, what were you going to do? Drop your entire life and run over to a war zone?
Yeah, I mean, when she first looked at these videos, she had a strong belief that, okay, this is the group to really help out, you know, the Muslims, rebuild towns, people helping to feed the needy.
According to the FBI, Jaylin Young reached out to a contact she thought would help her and Mo travel to Turkey, cross the border into Syria, and join ISIS. The two secretly married, began an intensive preparation period, bought one-way plane tickets to Istanbul. On August 8, 2015, Mo and Jaylin packed their bags. He wrote this goodbye letter. And I won't be coming back. They got as far as the boarding gate.
The moment they arrested you?
Oh, my heart sank. I felt like my whole body just shut down.
It turns out the online ISIS recruiter who had been helping make arrangements for the couple was in fact an FBI employee. This past summer, they both pleaded guilty.
My brother does.
Mo given an 8-year sentence, citing his cooperation with authorities. Jaylin Young, the mastermind, was sentenced to 12 years. She's refused to speak to CNN.
You haven't said her name once.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't?
No, I have not.
He also finds it difficult to speak about the other woman in his life, the woman he wrote this final goodbye to. Mo Daklala's mother was suffering from cancer at his arrest. She died earlier this year.
And that's probably, or is one of the biggest regrets that I have in my life. Still haunts me to this day. That the biggest regrets that I have in my life still haunts me to this day. That for this woman that I've only been together with for under a year and lied to my mother about where I was going.
His other regret, that in time of confusion, especially about his religion, he failed to reach out to his dad, an imam himself, who would or hurt anyone.
I wish I just reached out to my dad. You know, if I just asked him, he would just for under a year and lied to my mother about where I was going.
His other regret, that in time of confusion, especially about his religion, he failed to reach out to his dad, an imam himself, who would have never taught his son to kill or hurt anyone.
I wish I just reached out to my dad. You know, if I just asked him, he would just illuminate me on what was happening, what's really happening with this group. I feel like that I should owe people back to say, hey, don't do what I did. That's not what they're doing over there, what ISIS is doing over there. That's not Islam.